Okay, getting up on the roof here at Paul and Lisa Rosati's house at 117 Trade Winds Terrace in Indian Atlantic. Paul and Lisa called me out here to check the roof for hail damage. They noticed in the last couple months or in the last year, a lot of the neighbors have been getting new roofs due to their hailstorm, March 27th of 2019. So they wanted me to come out and check the roof. And so there's a lot to talk about. So getting up on this very windy day, steep roof, but here's a perfect example of what we're looking for. That is a perfect textbook example of hail impacting the shingle, pushing the granules into the shingle. So I gotta stick to the ridge here because it's really steep and the granules are kind of loose like marbles a little bit. So here's some more examples here. Oh, this over here, the X's in a zipper pattern, this is called lift up. So that's another effect of hail and windstorms like March 27th. When you lose this bond between the back of the shingle and the roof itself, it won't adhere back down. It's just going to keep flopping around until eventually it breaks off. And so that's exactly what's happening here. And there's a few more spots I'll show you as well too, but mainly we're looking for hail. It's not really, I don't have to find every hail mark on the roof. The adjuster's coming out in 2 days. I'll be here to meet the adjuster. I'm hoping to send this video to the insurance company prior to that. So here's a nice little round mark out of it. Oh, so another thing, the arrows here remind me that the beach is that way. The hailstorm came from a north-northeast direction, so this is what I would call the protected side. Coincidentally, that's probably why we find scattered hail marks only out here where it's more exposed rather than back here where it's protected. That's why I put those marks there. We have obvious damage here. All the cap shingles blew off. We'll finish down here in a minute. Let me hop up to the second. This is where it gets fun and windy and steep. We got more hail impacts here, there. Oh, arrow, I guess that's because of the direction again. More of the lift up. Yeah, these guys are really just kind of hanging on by a thread. More of the same. So, like, this is a little scary. But as long as I stay to the valley right here and where I know there's a little bit of cover, should be fine. But I can tell you that's exactly why there's no chalk marks over there, for sure. Pretty good indication. All the damage, impacts, more impacts here. Look at all these guys here. It's probably 30, that was a gust of like 35, 40 miles an hour. That is definitely why there's no chalk marks over there, for sure. But then I got a little bit braver when I came over this way. So we got impact marks here, there, and then here as well too. I am not going down there. Okay, so I think we've clearly have detailed conclusively that there is substantial damage due to hail. Once I get back down to the first floor, there's one other thing I want to talk about. Nice and slow. Okay, safe territory. And then over here, when I was inspecting this side over here, let me show you. Okay, just more of the back here. But then when I was walking here, I noticed there was a lot of, there, I don't know if you heard that or not. There's a lot of snap, crackle, pops. Oh, that's very soft right there. Okay, we'll talk about more of that just in a second or two. Okay, last 20 seconds. Allow me, on this protected side, talk about how Florida Native Roof is going to handle your project. It's very important. Forgive my metal example here. I know that you want shingles, but that's not really the most important part. It's all the layers underneath that are so vitally important to be done correctly. Actually, before I forget, let's talk about the flashing. I can see that there's already caulk, so there's probably been a problem with the flashing in the past. We're going to remove all that, replace it with new flashing. But let's talk about your bare plywood roof. So we're going to remove all the shingles on the entire house, get down to the bare plywood roof. Anything remotely bad, like this area here, we're going to replace along the entire house. Anything remotely bad, we're going to replace. And we typically don't have to charge extra at all. You get 100 square feet with your new roof. That takes care of, I haven't seen one roof this year that needed additional expenses related to plywood. So we're going to remove everything, remove all the shingles, get down to the bare plywood, replace any of the plywood that's needed. 2 of the new building codes. The first one says, place a new nail holding your plywood to your roof trusses every 6 inches. We go every 4 to 5 inches. We're going to double, triple the number of nails holding your plywood to your roof. Okay, and then we're going to install what's called waterproof barrier. That's what your insurance company calls it. You may have heard the term peel and stick. We're gonna cover every inch of this bare roof with waterproof barrier, and then we're gonna put your 30-year. I jokingly tell our customers you can pick whatever color you want, but you literally have no say in the manufacturer. We only use the Certainty Landmark Series shingle. It's the thickest, heaviest shingle out there for the same price as the other ones. That's the one that we use. And that's pretty much the entire overview. So I'm gonna get down and talk more with Paul and Lisa. Thanks.